Listen, I have a question.
Yeah.
I've been married to illegal immigrants. I filed, I'm a petitioner, the I-130.
Mm-hmm.
And the issue was, we've been married since last year, but the problem is we never lived together. And I filed for divorce. And because the attention for me was, to marry her, but for her, she was buying time. And then the only reason, every time she find excuses, and I told her I cannot keep doing this, because even if we go to the interview, she got her, the work permits and stuff and Social Security. We were just waiting for the interview, but I told her we can't go to the interview. We haven't been living together for the whole year. So.
And what is your question?
Is that an issue?
Yes.
Is that an issue?
Yeah, she married you to get a green card. She doesn't want to. You're the U.S. citizen. Right, you're the one who is.
I didn't want to get in trouble.
Right, but you're the U.S. citizen, so if you married her for love and she doesn't want to live with you, get divorced. And if you married her as a business, you've just admitted to a crime. So I hope it was for love.
No, I didn't marry her for the business.
Right. So I hope it was the first. You married her for love, and unfortunately, I hate to be truthful with you, but it sounds, based on what you told me, that she used you to try to get a green card. She never wanted to live with you. She didn't want to be with you. So you know what? You move on. No harm, no foul. You won't fall for that again.
But how I'm going to do that? Can I write a letter to immigration?
Get a divorce. Start a divorce and write a letter to immigration. Write a letter to immigration. You want to withdraw the application.
No, the thing is, even the divorce, she doesn't want to sign the divorce paper now.
It doesn't matter if she wants to sign it or not. All you got to do is serve her.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
You don't have to stay in a marriage because she refuses to sign a divorce. Come see me. Hold on.
I know, because she was take the whole year, and I told her I'm not doing this.
All right,
I knew it was a scam.
All right, move on, Samir. Come see me. I'll do your divorce, and we can withdraw your case too. Hold on.
All right, thank you.
All right. Let's go to Ricardo in Atlanta. Ricardo.
Hello, Brad.
Hi, Ricardo. How are you?
Yes, Brad. I'm doing good, man. How are you yourself?
Good.
Okay, so actually I'm on my way driving to work. I've been up for an hour, but that's good.
Okay.
So I'm a permanent resident, right? My green card expired, which was my 2-year green card. So 3 months before my green card expired, we filed the form I-575. So they actually gave me an 18-month extension with my expired green card. So that expired too. So I went to USCIS, and then they stamped my passport with a 1-year I-555 stamp in my passport. So I want to know if I go back on vacation, if I could return in the United States, and that stamp.
Yes, you can. It's an I-551 stamp. It's funny because I understood everything you said. You got every form and number wrong, but I understood everything that you said. It's an I-551 stamp in your passport. Yes, you can travel with it. It's as good as a green card. Travel with the expired green card, the extension letter that got expired, and the stamp in your passport. All 3 documents.
They actually took the green card.
Okay, fine. That's fine, because you're in the system anyway. So just travel with the stamp in your passport and the letter.
Right, and one more question, brother. So I am qualified for my citizenship now. So my wife is going ahead and going to file the N400 form now. Would that be okay now for she to go in and file it?
You can. I think that ends up delaying your I-751. That's what I've seen.
Oh.
Okay, and you go on your citizenship interview, and now you have 2 cases pending. I've never seen somebody go on their citizenship interview and they say, congratulations, your I-751's approved, your citizenship's approved. The answer is yes, you can file it, but what I have seen in my practice is that it delays the I-751. I would just wait it out. But if you're anxious to file your citizenship, nothing bad will happen. Go do it.
No, because they're going to raise the fee, you know what I mean? And I didn't want them to raise the fee, but they can't wait, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because if they're going to raise the fee, then yeah, absolutely do it. Do it to save the fee. Absolutely.
Right,
nothing,
right.
I mean, nothing bad's going to happen to you. I've seen I don't know for a fact that it delays. Every case would be delayed. I'm just telling you, it's just what I'm seeing.
Right. So I'm in a 2-way street right now, right?
But go do it then. That's fine.
Think I will do.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
All right?
Right. Thanks a lot, man.
You're welcome.
And you're doing a great job, okay?
Thank you very much. All right, let's go to Miss Clark in Brooklyn. Miss Clark.
Hello.
How are you?
Hey, good evening.
Good evening.
It's good to hear your voice. It's good to see you also.
Thank you.
Yeah, because I've been listening to you from I was in Jamaica on the radio.
Great. You're an old-time listener.
Yes, I am.
Yes. I was on
Yes.
Hot 102 in Jamaica for a period of time.
Yeah.
Back
I
in the
found you on
early
YouTube
2000s. Yep.
And I also share your live a while ago. All right. So I have a situation. My son has been filed for. He got his interview. Everything went well. He got his green card visa to leave the country.
Great.
So the problem is, the flight was booked on April 30th. The airline canceled it for whatever reason, I don't know, and give another date. Before that date, for him to fly, they canceled it again. Now the COVID-19 situation.
But you can fly now.
No. He's the visa expire.
Okay, so this is what you have to do. He has to contact the U.S. Embassy. This is what they're going to make people do, unfortunately. You have to contact the U.S. Embassy, tell them, I have this visa, I want to enter the United States with my visa so I can be a lawful permanent resident expired. Unfortunately, they're going to make him pay the visa fee again, and they're going to make him do another medical again. But as long as he's willing to do the medical and pay another visa fee, they should be able to do all this within a couple weeks, and he should be able to come.
Oh, my God. Like, this is serious.
Yes.
Like, wow, for real?
Yeah, it's actually not right that they make you pay it again, but that's what they're going to do.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and you have to contact the embassy to get it going.
Can you tell if the embassy is in operation right now?
They should be open.
Okay.
Right.
Thank you, sir.
All right.
Yes.
Let's go to Charlotte in Seattle, Washington. Charlotte.
Hey, Brad. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good. Thank you. So I have a question. First, I want to explain to you the situation. I'm a citizen of Canada, so is my son. I'm married to a U.S. citizen, okay, since 2018. So we moved from Canada in December 2018.
Right.
Okay, so we filed for change of status. Everything is fine. The interview was supposed to be in March because of COVID-19. It got canceled. So they're supposed to reschedule us for whenever they're ready for, right? But in the same time that all this process was happening, after we filed for change of status, my husband, who's a U.S. citizen, adopted my son legally in the U.S., okay? So he's officially adopted before he turned 18. Okay? So while waiting for the change of status, I figured, okay, if I get my son to get a working permit, I can apply for a work permit for him. So I applied for a work permit for him because everything is taking so slow. So
what's the question?
So the question is this: is he technically a citizen or not?
No. Not only is he not a citizen, but because your husband adopted him now, and now he's the adopting father, not the stepfather. I hope the adoption happened before the 16th birthday.
No, 18, before the 18th birthday.
I don't even know if he's eligible to adjust right now anymore because your husband adopted him. So he broke the stepfather relationship. He's now an adopting father who adopted a child after the 16th birthday, which you can't now, doesn't qualify him to get a green card through an adopting father. Did he get his green card already?
Not yet, because the interview has been delayed.
Oh boy, you need. I believe it's actually an interesting question, because as a stepfather, he could file an adjustment for him. As an yes, but once the government finds out that this man adopted your son, he's no longer a stepdad. He's an adopting father, and an adoption happened after 16, and at that point, you can't file for a child that you adopt over 16. So my analysis off the top of my head would be that they're going to deny his green card because your husband adopted him.
Right. So what's the next step?
Well, you can't unadopt him.
No.
Where's the father of this boy?
He's with us. He's living with us for the last 2 years.
He's what?
He's living with us. We're living all together.
No, the father.
Oh, he died. He died in 2003.
All right. So perhaps a special immigrant juvenile But you would definitely need a consultation because you're doing I've actually never. I understand why your husband would do it because you want to do the right thing and say this boy needs a father, but legally, he's not the stepfather anymore. He's an adopted father who adopted a child over 16. You can't file for an adopted child over 16. But the papers went in as a stepfather. Immigration may not even know he adopted, but the reality is he did, so you would be misrepresenting what you did. I mean, you got a huge problem at this point. Not because you weren't trying to do the right, because you were trying to do the right thing, not the wrong thing.
Yeah.
I think you definitely need a consultation. We got to talk this out. All right, hold on one second.
Okay.
Let's go to Daniel in Miami. Daniel.
Yes.
How are you?
Hi, good afternoon. Good, man. I have a quick question. I became a permanent resident back in 24 February 2016, but the last year I made a mistake. I got caught in Walmart stealing an item less than $40, and I'm going to apply for citizenship on November of this year.
What happened with the case? What happened with the case?
Okay, let me explain. I went to court. Then after that, I paid a fee. But that fee was for a classroom. After I take that classroom on 2019, December 12th, they nullify the case. They dismissed the case.
All right. So you have an arrest that was dismissed. Okay. And my answer to you is the general proposition is that you need good moral character to become a citizen. You're allowed to have a bad day. No one says you have to be a saint every day of your life, or at least in the last 5 years, but you have to be a person of general good moral character. So if you have an arrest for a petty offense like this and the case is ultimately dismissed and that's your only offense ever, it doesn't affect your green card, you're not a deportable alien, and B, my belief is that you're going to become a citizen, but you have to disclose it.
Okay.
All right,
so that's not going to bring me in any big
Nothing bad will happen to you. You have to prove good moral character. This goes against good moral character, but this in of itself does not prove bad moral character.
Okay. Yeah, I've been living alone since I was 18 years old because I was issued with my father and everything. So I was living alone. My mom was in Cuba. I made a mistake. I regretted it.
Yeah, right. You're allowed to have a bad day. You're allowed to have a bad day.
Yeah.
All right.
That was my question. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
All right. Let's go to Joel in Lakewood, Washington. Joel.
Hey, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing good. So I got a question. I applied for asylum a couple months ago, and because of COVID, I still haven't gone for my biometrics. So there was this law about, them extending the waiting period for your work permit to 365 days. So my question is, does that apply to before it becomes law, the ones who applied before that or after that?
What is your question? The law about work permits, what?
Work permit.
What
you know
law?
how they extended the waiting period to 365 days? I don't know if
to 10,055 days? How many days?
365 days.
No, they did not extend the waiting period for 365 days. That has to do with asylum, not with anything else.
I did apply for asylum.
So this is based on asylum then, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so you filed for asylum. Yes, it's 300. Filed beforehand, then the law wouldn't apply to you.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
So then you could file it 180 days as long as the new law hasn't gone into effect yet. Is that your question?
My question was, I applied before the law went into effect.
Then you're under the old law. Then you're under the old law if that's your question. You should be getting
thank you so much.
Okay, all right. Let's go. Who is this? Brad?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Brad.
Your name is Brad too?
Yeah.
Well, hell, I can't believe it. I've never had a Brad call me on the show before. This is the first time.
I hope that will make me have more time to speak to you.
Wow, I am excited. My brother, Brad, how are you?
I'm fine, Brad. How you doing?
Good, Brad. I'm wonderful. How's Brad in California doing?
Yeah, Brad is fine.
Good. All right. What's going on?
Thank you, Mr. Brad, for having me, and God bless you.
Thank you, Mr. Brad. Thank you, Mr. Brad, for calling. I really appreciate it.
Okay, let me just go straight to the point. I don't want to take too much of your time. I have a couple of questions. So I'll just give you a little story. I'm a 2 years green card holder. My green card expires in January next year. And but the 90 days window to file for I-751 starts in October.
Right.
So I'm in a very, very bona fide and legitimate marriage.
Okay.
With all the requisite proofs. My U.S. citizen wife treats me like I was a slave. I have managed to persevere this far, as I have about 3 months to file for my I-71, or 2 months rather.
What's the question?
So I have 3 questions.
Okay.
If you allow me, I'll be very brief. My first question is this: should there be a divorce just a month or 2 before I'm eligible to remove the conditions, considering the divorce usually takes about 6 months to process? Will I still be able to file my I-751 in October?
Yes.
Or I'll have to wait till any time the divorce goes through?
No. As long as you started a divorce, you file the I-751 with a waiver of the joint filing of the application, and immigration will give you some time to complete the divorce.
Okay. Question 2.
Okay.
So how will I get an extension of the green card for what purposes?
When you file the divorce, you file an I-751, you put proof that the divorce is filed, you check off the box waiver of the joint application based on termination of marriage, you submit proof of a bona fide marriage, and they will send you an extension notice for your green card for 18 months. And at some point in the future, you will get what's called an RFE, which is a request for further evidence, for the divorce judgment. And then hopefully you're divorced by then and you submit it.
Oh, good. Okay. So considering what is happening, I got a PO box. So I don't want my documents to get missing in the mail and all that. So would that be a problem, or would USCIS suspect anything if I eventually file for I-751?
No, you can use a PO box. You can use a PO box because it's not going to be based on a PO box on your form. It's going to be based on the documentation you show to prove you and your wife live together.
Oh, okay. Oh, lastly, this is a request. I hope you do that for me as a namesake. My name is Brad. Your name is Brad. So let's do this one-on-one, please.
Wait. What's your last request? I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah. You know, a lot of times I want to. I don't know how to say this. I'm very shy to say this, but due to the pandemic,
right?
There's no job and there's no money. Everybody's hustling. But and this is a passionate plea to you, Brad. If you can do this for me, I really appreciate it.
What would you like me to do for you?
Can you give me, because I know you don't want to say this on air, I really want to know around how much you would charge me for I-751.
Oh.
I know you don't want to say this on air. If you can give me a 1 minute off air free consultation, God will bless you seriously. I'm telling you, please.
1 second, let me get a calculator out. I can tell you right now on the air. One second, let me. Brad, I don't know. For you, I was going to make a joke and say like $1 million, but I honestly couldn't tell you. And the reason why is this: I don't sell a refrigerator, or a car, or clothing. I don't have a product. I'm not selling the Magic 8 Ball. I'm not selling an iPhone. I'm selling my time and my expertise. So how do I determine a price? It's not a price list like, okay, the iPhone is $700. The Magic 8 Ball is $9.99. A Bradshaw Live Cup, $5, whatever it is. I don't have a product list. I don't have a price list. What I have is I meet with you. No, I'm telling you the truth. I meet with you, I speak with you, and I then determine how much time is my law firm going to have to spend on this case, and how much expertise do we need to complete this case? How hard is it? And how much time am I going to spend? So I don't know how, I can't tell you based on a 30-second telephone call. There's no way. So, short of having a consultation, I wouldn't be able to tell you, unfortunately. And that's the truth.
You.
All right? I'm sorry, Brad. Okay. I tried to help Brad as best as I can. Let's go to Snake. Is it Snake?
Hi, Brad.
What's your name? Your name is not Snake.
It's Shanique.
Shanique! Oh my gosh,
Yes.
I can't read. I thought they said it was Snake. I'm like, oh my gosh, Snake is on the phone. Wow. Shanique, that sounds so much prettier than Snake. And then I heard your voice, and I thought I was going to be like, hello, Brad, like some deep voice.
Oh, God.
But it's all right, Shanique. What's going on?
What I was asking, I received a prima facie determination from April.
Yes.
So I'm allowed to go by the DMV. My lawyer calls me, tells me to go by the DMV to get a state ID.
Right.
So I'm dealing with that now. The prima facie lasts for 1 year. What am I supposed to be expecting during the 1 year? Will I hear something from out of Vermont Immigration Center?
No. Have you filed an adjustment application with this?
Yes. With Vermont, yes. With them, yes.
All right. So the answer is your VAWA cases are taking over 2 years right now. So after you get the prima facie, which is good news for you, which means that somebody took a look at the case and says your case has validity to it. So that's good news. You can use the prima facie to get government benefits. You could always renew it. You should get a work permit and a travel document based on your adjustment. But unfortunately, you're not going to hear anything for a long time from now.
Okay, because I've done my biometrics
right.
on the 29th of November last
year.
But
you should be getting a work permit if you haven't gotten one already.
No, I haven't got one.
All right. So if you did your biometrics in November and you filed it, call immigration and make sure that they didn't, misplace your work permit. Call that 1-800 number. Say, hey, I've been waiting now 9-10 months for my work permit. That's a long time.
Yeah,
That's too long.
Yeah.
It's actually too long.
From November to 29th.
Yeah. So have you called them to say maybe it was mailed out and you didn't realize?
Normally, everything would go to my lawyer's office, but when I called them, they were saying they cannot tell me anything. Everything is within Vermont.
Okay, so your lawyer needs to be able to tell you something. There is a 1-800 number to call and to find out. Speak to somebody and say, "Hey, was my work permit mailed out? What's the problem?"
Okay.
All right, and then if you still have a problem, call us back on the show.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Let's go to MD in Montgomery. MD. MD.
Yes, sir. How are you today?
How are you?
Yes, sir. I'm good, sir. How are you today?
I'm good.
My question is I have my case pending like I-130 and I-485 with the USCIS. It's been almost 44 months, and I have done my interview, everything. And I've been deported, tied to the ICE. I get born out, and then USCIS came to my house, all that stuff. Then what I'm going through, my question is they put me 2 times born on the court, Atlanta court. I've been there. They tell me I gotta have to go to individual hearing, but they cancel it. They gave me again muster hearing.
Let me ask you a question, MD. Let me ask you a question. All right, where are you from?
Yes, sir.
Where are you from?
I'm from Bangladesh.
You're from Bangladesh, and you said you got married to a U.S. citizen, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and how did you come to the United States of America?
F1 visa.
Okay, and why did you get put in deportation? Did you not go to school and they came and knocked on your door? Did you commit a crime? What happened?
I was been working without authorization, work permit.
So they just caught you working out of status.
Yes.
But you're married. But you're married to an American citizen, and you went to immigration. They approved your marriage, and now you're waiting for an individual hearing before the judge, and you want to know what's going on. Coronavirus is what's going on, but you got to wait for an individual hearing to be scheduled for a judge to grant you the green card. But it sounds like you're going to get a green card as soon as the judge does that.
No, sir. They cancel my individual hearing and they put again in the master hearing.
Okay, so then you got to go see a judge, go back for a master calendar hearing, and then the judge will reschedule another individual hearing. That's basically what's going to happen.
But USCIS came to my house and they said, "Is everything okay? It look like it's a real marriage."
But I just finished telling you the only person who can give you the green card is the judge. So it has USCIS approved your marriage. So basically, they gave you an I-130 approval. I assume you have, and they said.
No, I don't have it yet. They didn't give me no I-130 approval.
Then that's why your individual was canceled. Now I know. Because the judge can't give you a green card at the individual hearing if an I-130 was not approved yet. So the problem is with USCIS not approving your I-130. Why are they not doing it if you're in a bona fide marriage and they came to your home and they saw you and your wife together? I don't know. That's something for your lawyer to figure out. That's something for your lawyer.
They saw me and they interviewed 45 minutes.
I understand that. But in other words, the judge has to give you a green card in an individual hearing once USCIS approves your I-130, but they haven't done it yet, which is why the judge canceled the individual hearing to put somebody else in who has an I-130 approved and put you back on a master calendar to yell at you saying, "Why are you here? How come your I-130 is not approved yet?" And you're going to be like, "I don't know, it's USCIS." So that's what's going to happen. So now your lawyer needs to get on USCIS to get the approval for the I-130. You're in a bona fide marriage. They came and interviewed you. And if they won't do it, file a mandamus.
All right.
Hold on. Let's go to Core in Fairfax, Virginia. Core.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, how are you? I have a question regarding affidavit support.
Yes.
I'm sponsoring my family, and actually families, I'm not met a poverty guideline, and my daughter, she living with me. She filling her tax separate this year. Last couple of years she filling together.
Okay.
And
so she's going to fund. She's going to give an I-864A.
She can combine. We can combine the income, or she have to do her.
No, you combine the income because you live in the same household.
Okay, doesn't matter. She's this year she filed her separate.
No, it doesn't matter that she filed separate. And if you have your cousin who lives in your house too, and their tax return.
My dad, actually my dad.
Then you can
me.
Your dad can give an I-864A, and you can combine that income as well.
Okay, is how they follow their income separate, or we like
even if they file. So let's say you live in your house with your daughter and your dad. Okay, I don't know.
My daughter and my dad.
All right, I don't know what anybody makes. Let's say you make $20,000, your daughter makes $20,000, your dad makes $20,000. You fill out the I-864. Your dad fills out an I-864A. Your daughter fills out an I-864A. You add up everybody's income. The household income is $60,000. That should be fine.
Okay, if still I can use my saving money too, like saving account.
You can, but it's really the tax returns.
Oh, only okay. Like my daughter, I make 50. My daughter make 30.
Then you're 45,000.
And my dad, what every like 50 plus 30 is 80, right?
Yes.
Equal $80,000.
Correct.
Doesn't matter. She fell her.
I just answered all of that. We're repeating ourselves 3 times, but the answer is yes.
All right.
All right.
I got you. Thank you.
Congratulations. All right. Let's go to D in Sacramento. D.
Hi.
How are you?
Brett.
How you doing?
And thanks for doing a great job. I really commend the crew and everything.
Thank you.
Yeah, quick one, Mr. Brett. I want to ask 3 questions, and I'll go straight to the point. 2018, I came into the United States 2018 on a 2-year conditional green card, and I was actually going to work, so I have a red light ticket in 2018. That was December, and I got the ticket, and I was able to pay it off. And I went to driving school to a red light ticket. So I went to driving school to get a certificate.
I'm laughing because you said you were going to get right to the point. You're not getting to the point. You have a ticket for a red light. What's your question?
Yeah.
What's your question?
Red light, that was a ticket. And then last year, again, my wife actually called the cops on me. And what actually happened, she lied that I hit her and stuff like that.
You got arrested. And what happened with the arrest?
I got arrested, but at the same time, after the whole process, they sent me a letter, a kind of letter that they turned the arrest to detain, and it due to no charge was filed and no evidence to back.
So you were arrested. You were arrested for domestic violence, and they dropped the charges.
Yeah, they dropped the charges,
okay,
and I
good.
got the.
All right, so you went through a red light and you got arrested for domestic violence and they dropped the charges. And the question is what?
So now I want to ask, now I'm about to remove the condition on my green card. And another thing, she filed a domestic violence, restraining order, but the judge denied the restraining order.
Do you live with her, or you're done, the marriage is over?
Yeah, actually
like
we lived together we lived together from September up to last year, but the marriage now it's over.
All right, so
we're on the divorce now.
All right, so the answer is this, by the way. If you get arrested, your wife calls, or your spouse calls the cops. Let me take you a step back. If you're getting a divorce, you can file the I-751 on your own, prove your divorce, and prove it's a real marriage. There is no better way to prove it's a real marriage than the cops in your local town tell immigration it's a real marriage. And you know how the cops tell? You submit the police report. The cops came. You guys were arguing like cats and dogs. They saw you living there. Okay? People in business marriages aren't sitting there screaming at each other like cats and dogs or hitting each other or whatever the accusations are. The fact that the police came and you have police reports showing that you got arrested living in that house and your wife's screaming at you, you're screaming at her, allegations of abuse that got thrown out, that's proof it's a real marriage. Didn't work out. You guys certainly weren't Romeo and Juliet, but it was a real marriage. That's all you got to prove. I thought that was brilliant, and Dee hung the phone up on me. All right, let's go to Paulette in Richmond Hill. Paulette, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine. How are you?
Good. What's going on?
All right. So I came in from England in 1980. I got a green card back then. I didn't do anything as far as getting my status changed, but the short of it is that I went to DMV this week, and they told me that the name on my green card does not match the names on my current IDs because I got married since. Mm-hmm. And that's a lot. Those green cards, from what I understand,
no good anymore. You have the old ones that don't expire.
Yeah, it doesn't expire, right?
Right.
So how do I change my name, I guess, is one thing. Mm-hmm. And go ahead.
Well, you would file an I-90 form.
An I-90?
I-90, and you submit your old green card with a copy of your marriage certificate, so you have your name changed, and they'll mail you a new green card with your married name. Number two, I would suggest, you've been here for so long, file your citizenship.
Okay, and I heard you briefly speaking of that. How much does that cost?
Right now it's $725, but it's going up to over $1,000 in October.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Okay, so how long does this take? Because the reason I'm asking is, I'm trying to register my car. My tags are dead. I came in from Maryland, so we don't use that in Maryland. We don't use
it's going to be months, unfortunately.
Okay, so is there any way around it?
Do you have a passport in your married name?
No, but that's okay. Oh my God! So it has to be.
You don't have any ID in your You don't have any ID in your married name. You got a problem.
The only thing my driver's license, my social security card.
But it doesn't match anything that shows that you're legal in America. So you've got to do an I-90 now. That's what you need to do.
An I-90.
Yes, do it right now. All right.
All right. So I'm going to be calling you at your business so we can talk further. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Okay.
Let's go to Kumar in Albany. Kumar.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
Very nice show. I like it.
Oh, appreciate it. Thank you, Kumar.
You're welcome. I have a question. My daughter and my son. My daughter, I'm a green card holder. I got a green card last year with VAWA. So I applied for I-824 is approved. The case is in the National Visa Center, the both kids. My daughter is 24 right now, and my son, he turned 21 just 2 weeks ago. So what category they are coming?
F2B?
F2B, like they are under 21, the both?
You told me that's over 21. You told me they're 22 and 24?
Yeah, my daughter, she's 24.
Right. When did you file for them?
I filed it last year.
And they are, and you're a resident?
I'm a resident.
Yeah,
yes.
they're in the F2B category.
The both?
Both.
Yeah, because when my VAWA was approved, they sent me the notice the both kids, the priority date is showing 2017.
If your VAWA is approved, your kids get automatically into the F2B category if they turn over 21. However, if they were included on the case, but their priority date is based on when your VAWA was filed.
Okay.
All right. So
but they are F2B, they both kids?
Yes, but hold on 1 second. Yes, but it's the priority date of when the VAWA is. But sounds like you need help, so hold on 1 second, okay? Let's go to Victor in Kennewick, Washington.
Hi, Brad.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Thank you for the good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm actually asking this question for a friend who got married to a U.S. citizen.
Mm-hmm.
He has, they both have a kid here in the U.S.
Right.
But before my friend came to the U.S., he had 3 kids in Africa, Nigeria to be precise. Now the I-130 is approved.
Right.
But the wife is planning to divorce him. So what do you think he can do? Can the petitioner be switched to the father?
No, you got to start from scratch again.
Did you get my question?
The wife is filing for him, and the wife wants to divorce him. That's the question?
Yes.
Yes, and if the wife divorces him, you got to start from scratch with somebody else.
Oh, okay. So, but the wife actually is the petitioner for the kids that are in Nigeria.
Then
so what can he do?
Nothing. The wife is divorcing him. So unless the wife wants to continue to file for his kids and show an independent relationship with the kids, that's the end of the case for the kids too. So then he has a green card. If he has a green card, he would have to file for the kids and start again.
Okay, he has to start all over.
Yes.
He has a 10-year green card.
He would have to file for the kids all over again from scratch. Thanks for watching. For more Brad Show Live, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.